Yeah, we got CDs. It says dedicated to Ice-T. That's right. So I've been a huge fan, and I'd love to give my hip hop flowers to my OG, Ice-T. This is BlaaZe's Hip Hop Chronicles, and this is how we do.
BlaaZe's Hip Hop Chronicles.
Well, this is a true story. In fact, the first time I ever kind of got paid for a performance, for performing and for rapping, when I was about 16 or 17. It was back in around 1991, 92. It was in Zambia, and I just started rapping on TV and produced my first, Zambia's first ever music video, and called Advice for Living. And right then, there was a Lions Club event. It was hosting the United Nations Secretary in Zambia on the theme of diabetes. And though my father was a member of the Lions Club, there was another man, Mr. Patel. Now, Mr. Patel was a lion, and he also owned a shop right there in the center of the city of Kitwe, selling electronics, music, CDs, cassettes. And back then, he was the man, because everything was physical, right? And it took time for things to come to reach Zambia. And well, he was connected, and he had all the latest and even some that were banned. Ice-T had a brand new album out, and he had it. So he asked my dad to ask me if I would perform at this Lions Club event and do a rap on diabetes and the Lions and their work. And whilst I was excited and would have immediately said yes, I thought of a quick hustle. Well, he had only one copy of Ice-T's Cop Killer, as it was banned and he wasn't selling it, so he made a deal. I said, well, I would do a rap on diabetes and perform at the Lions Club event if he would record that album on the tape and give it to me. The explicit version was what he had, and that time it was truly priceless, yo. So he said sure, and we did the rap for diabetes at the UN for the Lions Club. And the minute I finished, I went back for the tape, and at first he laughed it off, and went back on his word because he thought I was just a kid, and I was. But since he had given his word, I ended up creating a huge scene at the store, shouting at him for cheating me off my Ice-T tape. And upset and sad, I left until a few hours later, he mentioned to my dad that he was just kidding, and he got me my own copy of Ice-T's album. So this is how my journey with Ice-T began, and this is Hip Hop Chronicles with BlaaZe. And first up, it's Ice-T, OG, original gangster. Let's go.
BlaaZe's Hip Hop Chronicles.
Ice-T's real name is Tracy Lauren Amaro. He's a prominent American rapper, actor, and producer, known for his contributions to hip-hop and his acting roles. Born on February 16th, 1958 in Newark, New Jersey, where my sister resides right now. He was born on February 16th, and he had a challenging upbringing, facing the loss of both his parents at a young age and growing up in a rough environment. For me, though, it was 1983 to 85. Yeah, I ain't old, I just got history on my side. But anyway, the movie Breakdance just came out, and whilst the breakdancing got me hooked in a way, it was this one moment where you can hear a song that sounded like no other song ever. For me, it was poetry, it was rhymes, it was flowing over a beat that was full of energy, and the scratching was unbelievable, and the song was called Reckless. And in the movie, Ice-T is on the mic rapping, and that seemed like some kind of revelation to me. In fact, it was also the first song that I used to perform on stage, except I did a Jugalbandi with a Bharatanatyam dancer back in the day, back in 1985 at 10 years old. And here's the proof, go check it out. And the song is Reckless. every time Ice-T was rapping, it was me doing my break dancing. And every time the scratching came through, it was the Bharatanatyam that came along. Flashback.
Flashback.
When I started to write songs about revolution and rebellion, it was all a cue from Ice-T. See, like I said at the start, when he had the album Cop Killer, he showed us that rap, rhythm, and poetry was more than just to talk about having fun in the clubs. It was about being the voice of dissent. It was about being the voice of society, of community, and about saying something to bring awareness, putting it on the table. And a rapper's perspective is always the realest because it's trying to be the truth, the voice of justice. And well, that's what got me to write Ban the Police.
Bandi police, bandi police, me say bandi police.
Bandi police, bandi police, bandi police, or the crooked police. That's from the Cop Killer idea and also from NWA, but that's another episode. Meanwhile, back in LA when I was in college, I got a chance to kind of rub shoulders with Ice-T. My friend Vinny in LA took me to a car show and we just crossed paths with Ice-T as he passed by. And the craziest thing is that when I did my first album, Dream Queen, back in '95, never really made it to the shelves, but here it is on the inside of the CD cover. Yeah, we got CDs. It says dedicated to Ice-T. That's right. So I've been a huge fan, and I'd love to give my hip-hop flowers to my OG, Ice-T. This is BlaaZe's Hip Hop Chronicles, and this is how we do. Peace. Let me know what you think about it and who you want to hear me talk about next. Hip Hop Chronicles, BlaaZe. Peace.
BlaaZe's Hip Hop Chronicles.